This is a yes/no button from the animated show Bluey. It's one of those rare shows where stories are simple, but they somehow hit you right in the heart. Just exactly what is a yes/no button? To explain that, I'll let Bluey show you.
Go. You push this.
Yes.
And if you push this one.
No.
What do you think? Do you want it? Yeah, should we get it? Okay.
No.
I hope you get the idea. To make the yes/no button, there are 4 main challenges. First up, electronic. I'm going to hook up the chip that plays sound to buttons and speakers to make sure everything works. Then I'm going to figure out how to power this thing without being too bulky. Next up, I'm going to design the yes/no button to look just like the one from the show and to put all the components inside using my 3D printer to make it a reality. Then it's time for the fun part, paint. And finally, it's time for the final reveal. Once it's done, I'm going to surprise my kids with their very own yes/no button and see what they think. I have no idea how they will react, but I'm hoping for a big yes. For the electronics, I'm using the small but mighty circuit board named BY8301 16P as the brain of this project. This little chip can store up to 4 megabytes of MP3 audio files, and with the right button and switch combination, it can play back 21 different sound effects. So how does this chip work? According to the spec sheet, I can see that pin 1 and 2 are for the 2 speaker wires, pin 6 is for power, and pin 16 is for ground. And there's like 6 different ports marked as IO 1 through 6. These are the different pins that we can hook up buttons to control the songs. And yeah, let's hook it up and see if it works. Okay, now let's test this out. So yeah, looking at this rat's nest of cables here, so what I've done is I hooked up the speakers to pin 1 and 2, and then ground, and then button 1 and button 2. The light's flashing, so I guess that's a good sign that we're getting power. I'm using this battery pack as like a power source for now. So yeah, anyways, let's give it a go, and then this is our first test. Well, okay, well that didn't work. Yeah, can't really figure out why it's not working. Do I have a dead chip? Anyways, I'm gonna try swap it out, and yeah, be back in a jiffy. I guess, yeah, I did discover something though, and this is actually quite dumb. So looking at the spec sheet here, I thought that this little notch here, it's actually this USB port here. But it turns out what this little notch is referring to, it's the tiny little notch that we get at the bottom of the chip here. Let's see if we grab focus. There, right here. So I actually had the chip backwards. So yeah, so I'm gonna flip it around and then see if it works. Okay, so I flipped the chip around, and yeah, it's showing a solid green light instead of flashing green light like before. So I guess something different. I guess it's looking positive. I've also moved some of the cables to the right side just so that it's easier to press a button. And yeah, this is my second test, and let's give it a shot.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's working, and
No. Yes. No.
sweet. And then yeah, I guess it's working. It is quite loud. Maybe I'll do something about it later. Now that the circuit is working, it's time to go on to our next challenge, which is the battery pack that's going to power this whole thing. Currently, I'm using this battery pack that takes in 4 AA batteries. This will have made the yes no button way too big for a child to hold comfortably. To solve this, I found this custom 3D printed battery holder on Thingiverse that is much smaller. While this custom battery holder is perfect for this project, but one downside is it does require a lot of work to kind of get it all hooked up. What I have to do here is feed wires through each of the holes at the terminal of the battery pack and wrap them around the holder so that it makes good contact. Okay, after way too much time, I finally got it all connected. And now I'm putting some batteries to make sure everything is fitting properly. Let's do some tests and put the battery pack to the circuit board to make sure everything is working as expected.
Yes. Yes.
Sweet, I think the power pack is done. For the enclosure, I started out by making an oval-shaped case with a cutout at the bottom to get easy access to the batteries. Then I designed a housing that goes on top of the case with placement for buttons and a couple holes so I can feed the wires through. Then I designed a button with a big old widening end in the middle and then put it on top of the bracket. Then I made a button cover to top it all off to make sure the button stays in place. Time to export the file and send it to my 3D printer. With all the parts ready, let's quickly put it together to make sure everything fits. The battery pack slides right in without any issue. It fits like a glove. Then I pop the button into place. Everything just fits so perfectly. I don't think I need glues to hold it together. Everything just snaps and stays together. Once I tested everything fits together perfectly, then it's time to solder everything together. I am connecting each end of the wire to this female connector so that I can connect to the chip without soldering, making installation a little bit easier. As you can see here, I can just pop the pin in to connect buttons and the battery to the board. Here I am connecting the last of the wire, and it's time to close everything up. Tucking all the wires, and let's close this up and never look at the circuit ever again. For final assembly, let's put on the buttons, and then the lid, and ta-da, we have our yes no button. Okay, so this is what the yes no button looks like all assembled.
Yes. No.
And then yeah, now it's ready for paint. Because Bluey is a cartoon, I'm using acrylic paint and paint brushes to give it a hand-drawn look. Okay, so I got the base coat done, so I'm just gonna let it dry overnight and then yeah, apply the second coat. Okay, so I've let it dry overnight and yeah, the first coat is completely dry at this point. And while I was waiting, I made a second one just because I have 2 kids, and if I just make one of them, the other one's not gonna be too happy about it. So yeah, anyways, Still got a lot more painting to do, and yeah, let's get the second coat started. Alright, second coat is done. I'm gonna let it dry for 15 minutes and yeah, finish it off. Bye for now. Okay, so second coat is more or less dried. It's currently dried to the touch. There's still some spots that's a bit uneven, but that's okay. Because as we saw in the Bluey image, the yes no button where it's got the darker base color and a lighter face. So for some of these areas, I'll be using these acrylic marker to kind of color over it, to give it kind of like that dark and light face look. In addition, I'm going to using this gold acrylic marker to kind of outline the edges of the case to give it a more cartoonish look. Yeah, anyways, let's get to work. Adding a gold outline to mimic that bold cartoon style, just like in Bluey. It makes the whole thing feels more fun and animated. Doing a little bit of touch up to clean up the edges. And then seal everything off with a high gloss clear coat. And the project is now complete. And before I give it to the kids, let's look at the final result.
Yes. No.
And there it is, the yes no button, just like the one in Bluey. And there's the one more thing I need to do is let's pack it up and give it to my kids, and I hope they like it. I'm on my way to pick up my son from the daycare with Charlotte. She's not feeling too well today, so I hope the surprise will cheer her up.
You okay?
for you. Oh no, you broke it. Alright, so the yes no button is officially in their hands now, and I just want to wrap up this video by showing a few clips of them using it. And again, just want to say thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next side quest. Bye!
Playground? You wanna go playground? Hey Charlotte, do you wanna go playground?
Charlotte said no. You want to go shopping? Nika says no. Nika, do you want to go playground? Yes or no? Press the button, yes or no.
No! It's not working. No!
Charlotte, are you not feeling well? Do you want to go home then?
I wanna buy watermelon.
Should we buy watermelon, Charlotte? Yes or no? Yes? Are you excited to go to school today? Are you gonna eat broccoli today? Do you wanna practice piano today? Okay, fine. I messed up. I guess I'll clean it up later. Is it hot today? Do you want to walk home? We're not walking. We're walking home anyways.